How we doing, everybody?
Hola,
Welcome to another episode of Get Jiggly with It. I'm
Adri.
And what are we playing today?
Libertalia Winds of Galecrest.
Libertalia Winds of Galecrest. So Libertalia Winds of Galecrest is the remake, the version 1.5 of Libertalia. We've never played Libertalia, but of course, this one, seeing the art and the graphics, and of course, Stonemaier, which so far we haven't disliked any of the Stonemaier games. We like some better than others, but so far we haven't disliked any of the games, so I figured, why not give this a shot? So of course, this is a review copy provided to us by Stonemaier Games, just like I would say all of our Stonemaier games except for my little site. That we actually owned before we started getting review copies. But we are going to play a two-player game. And why is that?
Because there are two players.
There are two players. Uno y dos. Or uno y dos. Siempre uno. Sí, y dos. All right, so we're going to go ahead and flip over the camera. This is going to be a quick overview of how the game plays. Of course, it's not how to play. Want how to play. Plenty of other channels that do how to play videos. Go check them out. So we're just going to show you how not to play.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, so let's go ahead and flip the camera over. All right, so like I said, we are set up for a two-player game of Libertalia. The only difference in the two-player game is this midshipman that comes out here in the middle. He basically acts like a third player, and he's going to have some interaction during the dusk phase. So both players, we both start with a hand of 40 cards, or 40 identical cards of different members of our crew. Each is going to have abilities, either a sun for daytime abilities, a little pink thing for dusk abilities, a moon for night abilities, or an anchor for end of voyage abilities. So the game's going to be played over 3 voyages, basically 3 rounds, where we are going to go out to the island, try to get us some loot, and then bring that loot back to our ship with our crew members. So that way we can get the most doubloons, right? The most in our little, I keep showing the front cam, but it's like the top cam. Can get the most doubloons in our little treasure chest there to win the game. So the way that occurs is one of us, which will probably be me, is going to shuffle their deck of cards. The other players around the table normally are not going to shuffle. Just makes it easier because, of course, all your cards are in numerical order, and you're going to grab the same 6 random cards that I draw, right? Then on your turn, each player is going to play a card face down, reveal it just like any kind of hidden priority game, right? Because each card, the number at the top is your priority, lower to higher. So the lower cards, of course, are going to go first during the day phase, but then when we come back this other way for dusk, then of course the higher cards are going to get to go first. So the day abilities are going to have you do things like move your characters, maybe take loot ahead of another player, increase your reputation, which gives you more or less money at the start of the round, different types of effects and abilities. Then we're going to go into the dusk phase. So with the dusk phase, depending where we are and where the midshipman is, depends on what's going to happen next. So we're either going to accomplish our dusk abilities, which the midshipman's ability is if there is a character directly to the left of the midshipman, meaning we both didn't put a card over here, one did here, one did here, one did here, one did there, based on that priority, then that person, whoever is the opponent of the person to the left, is going to remove a loot from that day. And then they're basically, that just prevents them from getting good loot, right? Then each of us is going to do our dusk abilities if we have them, and then we're going to take loot in our turn order. So of course, left to right, do your dusk ability, take some loot, and then bring that loot back to your ship with your crew member, unless the crew member says to discard itself. Then we'll go into the night phase. The night phase, we're going to activate all the stuff on our ship, which may give us more abilities, may bring cards back into our hand, may make us discard cards, lots of different night abilities therein. Now, the loot also has certain abilities. So you can see here we have 2 dusk abilities. Most of the other ones are going to be at the end of voyage because this is the easy mode. The other side of the board has a more advanced mode, which is a little bit more take thatty. And then the last thing you can do is basically a random voyage. So there's a whole bunch of these tile cards. They are all double-sided. They either have a cloud, which means it's nice and friendly, or the lightning cloud, which means that there is more take that involved. So you can just basically pick any from them. I think each one has 2. And there is even a blank card that you can make into whatever you want and really have fun with the game. So you can make it your own.
Mm.
All right, so the last thing we're going to do is end of voyage. End of voyage, we're going to activate all of our loot. We're going to activate any card that has a end of voyage effect. And then we're going to discard all of our loot, discard all of our pirates that are on our boats, and then we are going to add all of the doubloons we've gotten that round to our treasure chest, and then we'll put all the loot back. Now, I do want to say with the loot, these are our metal coins, or just generic little metal coins that go off Amazon. The game does come with cardboard tokens, but we like clinkety of metal coins. All right. So the only other thing we need to do is set up the reputation track. So to do that, what do we need to roll?
Our 20-sided extra life die for supporting Children's Miracle Network.
Yep.
You can help the niños as well if you want through donations that you can make using the links down below.
Yep. So you can click on our Linktree link. There's a link out to Extra Life. We are trying to make that $1,000 goal, so every dollar helps. If you don't want to do that and you're watching the video at this point, you do have the option to do a super chat during our live chats, any type of super thanks that are on the videos as well, or join our YouTube membership. All that money goes to the niños, so para los niños. We don't take any of our YouTube money and keep it for ourselves. All right, so I'm going to say odd. All right, that is odd, so I will put mine first and yours second. I don't know if that technically is the order that you're supposed to put them in. Whoever wins gets the first, because that means I get more money in the first round. All right. So we got to populate our loot tokens. We did that. We gained 6 of the same character cards. So I am going to have to shuffle. So I'm about to upset lots of people on the internet. I don't care about Riffle Shuffle. A game is meant to be played. You know what? That's like,
these don't look like they are going to.
No, these are nice cards. They got a nice blend and finish on them. The thing is, people sleeve versus non-sleevers. I mean, there's a huge debate about it. And my issue with sleeving versus non-sleeving, and I get it, is if you're going to have to shuffle a lot, like constantly throughout the game, like a deck builder, I kind of see the purpose because it makes it a little bit easier to shuffle. You're not bending your cards and whatnot. But for other games, the amount of money you would spend on sleeves over the course of the life, if one of those games went bad with cards, you needed to replace it, it would be cheaper than all the sleeves you bought. So it's like, you know, there's no way to win, no win, blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here are the cards you need to find.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And while she's doing that, I will get us our doubloons. So we're going to call these 5s. And then these, and then Audrey gets 9. So she gets 5. 4. All right. And then she gets her 6 cards. You got your 6.
Wait. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. So we both have the same 6 cards. So now it's private information. All right. So now we have to choose what card do we want to play first.
We are in daytime?
The first thing that's going to happen is daytime. Yep. The anchors don't happen until we get through all 4 days. So this is the hard part because we both have the same cards at the beginning.
I don't think we can.
All right, so I'm going to play him.
Can I just play one that?
Yeah, you just play whichever card you want to play first. Yep, so you put up there.
But even if I don't have people in my...
Yeah, because you may get them later. All right, so flip. So I did freed prisoner, which puts me here. And you did first mate, which puts you here. So it means we are going to activate day ability. I don't have a day ability. You do have a day ability. So you lose 1 coin for each pirate in your ship. You have no pirates in your ship. So that's the day. Now we do the dusk. So dusk goes from right to left. You don't have a dusk ability, but you do get to choose a an item. So the saber, discard another player's character. So you basically discard my character. He doesn't come back to my ship or anything. The treasure maps at the end of the voyage, if you have 2 treasure maps, which is really the most you'd be able to get, you would get 7 doubloons. All right.
Do I put it there or
No,
what?
that's yours. That goes to your ship. And then the midshipman, if somebody's to the left, the opponent of the person to the left, which is you, gets to discard. Oh, and your first mate came back.
No, he's in my
He
ship.
he brought back your goods. So now you get to discard a loot because of the midshipman. Your best bet is to probably discard that map, so that way I can't get it. And the saber does me no good because, well, goes in the bag, back in the bag. And then this does me no good because, well, you're not on the island anymore. But he does come back to my ship. All right. So that was that. Now we do the night phase. So now we activate any night abilities. So this one, at the end of each night, gain 1 for each character in your ship with a rank of 20 or higher. So he has a rank 20. So I gain 1 doubloon. All right. You have any night abilities? No night abilities?
No.
All right. So now we go on to day numero dos.
So just choose another another.
Yeah, just choose another card that might team up with the card that you've already got. And then you also want to look at what's out here, right? Because you might have an ability. I don't think we have an ability that works off of those right now, but yeah. Wow, right now everything's like you need X number of loot tokens, and we don't have a lot of loot tokens. All right, so I guess I'll do him. Yeah, I'll do him or her. Maybe I did a her. Do we have any hers in our hand? I don't remember. I don't remember. Some of them are ambiguous, like you don't know. She's a her. The merchant's a her.
Yeah.
The scout could be, I guess, him or her. Collector's a him. Quartermaster's
So we're
him.
doing night.
No, we're doing day again. Night was only if you had a character with a night ability. And I had one, you didn't, right? Yeah, with all the players, activate night abilities when your characters. You activate night abilities in any order you choose. So that basically is I had a night ability, you don't. So I get to activate it, you didn't. Now, if you eventually get a night character, you'll activate that. All right. So I did first mate. Oddly did quartermaster. So that actually puts us both over on this side, which means there's no discarding happening. So now we go from left to right. Day ability. Gain 1 gold for each of your loot tokens. So you get 1 doubloon.
How do we know what this value is?
That's ones. Those are these are 5s. The problem is that the gold ones are kind of hard to tell. These are the pirate ones, and the problem is they're not all washed. They made a couple of them shiny, so it does make things kind of confusing.
But I don't see any number.
There's no numbers. Those are the silver ones.
Also, okay.
These are silver. That's gold.
Oh, this is just the same as this?
Yeah, that's the same as that. Should we not
like
play?
it.
Should we not play with those?
No,
Okay.
they are not the same.
Well, technically they are.
But they are not.
I need to wash these. Is what I need. I need to take our paint and wash those. It just means that we're going to be more restricted.
Well, that's okay. If we need them, but then we need them.
When we need to, yeah, when we need to upgrade.
But
to
then you
5s.
need to give me one. Or you already gave me my one. For my...
You were on 9.
For this. Because you
10,
gave me...
10. So you should have 10, right? So yeah, you give me this. 10. Much better. All right. So you gained 1 for your loot tokens. Then I lose 1 for each character in my ship, so I lose 1. All right. So that is daytime. So now we do dusk. I don't have a dusk ability, but I get to choose loot first. So the relic, you lose 3 gold at the end. The hook, keep a character in your ship for the next voyage or game. Well, I'm going to take that. I don't want to lose anything. So I'm going to bring my first mate in with his hook there. So now you get to pick either a relic or a relic with your quartermaster.
And but this is lose 3 win?
At the end of the voyage. Right? And then that goes back in the bag. All right. Time to send out our next contestant, our next pirate. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Hmm.
Is that the ranking? Is that just the number at the top?
That's the turn order. Yeah, the number at the top is the turn order.
What is the rank then? The rank.
Oh, rank is at 2. That's their rank. The number, the higher the number, the higher their rank as well. So like the captain is 39, the first mate is 38, so the numbers go higher. Right? I played the collector. We both played the collector. So the person that goes first is based on the reputation track. I'm first on the reputation track, so I go first. You go second. Right? No daytime abilities for either of us. So now we come back this way. So you get to choose the loot. So the chest gives you 5 coins. This gives you keep a character or 2 coins. This kicks me off the island. All right. You can bring your guy back. Oh, I forgot on the last turn, I forgot to activate my nighttime ability. I skipped this, so I should have 2 coins because of my nighttime ability. Because I have 2 guys that are over 20. And then I'm going to take... Saber doesn't do me any good, so that goes back in the bag. I will bring him back. All right, so that is our dusk time. So now nighttime, you still have the nighttime ability, right?
No.
So I get 1, 2, 3. So I'll upgrade that to a 5.
I thought I was gonna get something.
And then it says, if you ever gain 3 or more this way during a single night, discard the prisoner.
Wait. Why do you get that money? See if we have the same character?
Because you haven't played Freed Prisoner yet. I played him early because then I knew I could keep playing cards that kept giving me money for a couple rounds.
So because I had the anchor.
The anchor we haven't
With
done yet.
that-
The anchor's going to be after
okay.
day 4. All right.
All right.
So I've got the night ability, but you didn't have any. Okay. So now it is the final day of this voyage. I don't like 2 of these cards at all. I think right now they're not very good. Later maybe they'll be better. Right now they don't seem to be very good. So now I'm guessing, yeah, so what I would need to do is put a wash on these to darken these ones up, and then maybe take the silver and try to dry brush these to brighten them up a little bit more to make them look the same.
Or wait, can't we give them like different values, like 1 and 5 and 10? Or
Well, these are based on, we could, but I mean, like if we really wanted to go to hires, we've got bigger ones too.
Mini Spark.
Ooh, Beanie Spark. Like we have more silver ones, they're just bigger than the ones that are here. But technically there's more silver ones. So now we have more silver. Now we have plenty of silver. All right. Here's mine. Yep. All right. So I did the quartermaster, you did the freed prisoner. So freed prisoner goes here. Quartermaster goes here. All right. Freed prisoner does not have a daytime ability. Midshipman does not. Quartermaster does. Gain 1 for each of your loot tokens. I have 3 loot tokens. So I
No,
gain
I'm losing.
3. 2s lose. Now we do the dusk abilities. I don't have one, but I do get to pick a loot. So I don't have a second map, but it would prevent you from getting the map. What's the amulet? You gain 3 with the amulet. Or do I want to keep both of these guys on my ship? I think it's better for me to keep both these guys on my ship, so I'm going to take the hook. All right. And then the midshipman. If a character is directly to the left, the opponent of that character removes a loot token. Loot token. I'm your opponent, so I remove a loot token. So if I remove the map, that prevents you from getting 7. But then you do get to take that. And
With my person.
with your prisoner. All right. So nighttime abilities. I don't have any nighttime abilities. Let's flip that over so that way it's easier to know that that's
Okay,
nighttime.
what did you flip?
This is my discard pile.
Oh, my nighttime is at the end of each night, gain 1 for each character in your ship with a rank higher than 20.
All right, so you have 4.
3.
Yeah, 4, because he's 20.
It says higher than 20.
20 or higher.
Higher than 20.
With a rank higher than 20. Oh, then I cheated earlier. So technically my guy's still out there then. So I need to put back 3 because I was giving him 1 each of the 3 rounds. Because I thought it said 20 with a rank 20 or higher. You're right. It says higher than 20. Okay. So I got a night ability too. So I get the 3 I just put back. I get back, which then discards him.
And then I don't get it.
You get 3 as well, and then
He's
you have to,
cry.
and then you discard him.
But it has something else at the bottom. Wait.
It says if you get more than 3 or more, then you discard the freed prisoner.
Is he faced up?
I don't think it really matters. I really don't know the difference. See, like this has got this on the back. It's got this on the front. I technically don't know. It didn't say if it had to be face up, face down. I guess it doesn't matter. All right. So now we do the end of voyage. So now we activate our anchor abilities. So the first thing is our anchor abilities. So the first thing I have is lose 6.
No, why do I have that too?
So 5, 6.
No quiero.
Then I gain 1 for each character in my ship. I have 3 characters in my ship. And then if you have 2, 3, 4, or 5 plus different types of loot, then you gain. I have 2 different types of loot, so I get 1 for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And then my loot, nothing for the saber, so that goes back in the bag. And then I have 3 hooks, which allows me to, I'm going to keep 2 of my guys. I'm going to keep those 2 guys with these 2 hooks. And then I'm going to gain 2 doubloons with my other hook. All right. And then for you.
Lose 6. Or do I do the...
Well, technically you do the math, right? So you lose 6, but you gain 3.
And then here, if you have 2, 3, or 4, so you have 4, then you gain 5.
You have 4 different types, so you gain 5, 6, 7, 8. Lose 6, so you actually gain 2.
Oh.
Right? The map, you can't do anything with the map because you don't have 2 of them. Oh yeah, all you guys get discarded too.
And this, you keep them?
No, you gotta activate them. The chest gets you 5. The relic amulet gets you 3.
I'm rich. And this one loses 3.
And that one loses the 3 that you just gained. All right. And now you count up your doubloons.
But what do I do with these?
Back in the bag. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So you put that into your treasure chest. You can never lose what's in your treasure chest. Whatever's in your treasure chest is permanently in your treasure chest. It's basically like victory points. And then we
Yes.
So count, no, 1, 5.
Oh. I think I can see. 20.
All right. And goes away. So now shake, 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 and refill all the days, including day 5.
3 on each? 3 in each day?
Yep. I guess I should do that because you need to, well, I can find your cards for you.
No, I'd like to do this.
Where's your cards?
I want to do this.
That's fine. Yeah, you can do that. I'll find your cards for you. 13, 15.
Chest. That thing. Amulet. Map. Barrel.
All right.
Oh, amulet. Saber.
All right. So there we go. So that was round 1. So now we're going on to round 2.
What is mine?
This phone. This is your discard right here. Discard. Again, don't know if they're supposed to be up or down. There are cards that'll have you pull from your discard.
So now I have that plus the 2 that I had from before. 8 cards.
Yeah, you should be up to 8 now. He's not. All these characters, all the cards requires to have something else in play. Like some of them are just hard because they require you to have something in play ahead of time. All right. Smuggler. And the cabin boy. All right. Well. All right, so we start with the day effect. If this is the leftmost character on the island, gain 3. Oh, hang on. Forgot to gain our daily money from the beginning. So you get
9.
9. And then you gain 3. So give me 2 back. Just to make this easier for us. All right. And then smuggler, gain a loot token from the current day, then place the smuggler on your ship. So it basically allows me to skip the turn order because you are going to be able to discard something. So it allowed me to gain something. All right. Then we go to dusk. This no longer takes effect because I'm not there anymore. I do have a barrel though. So I would have gained this immediately when I gained that barrel. So this will put me up 1 on the reputation track. And then you get to don't gain a loot token this turn. So he just comes back to your ship, but you don't gain a loot token. Terrible. All right. All right.
We are going to do
We're back to daytime again. Oh, hang on. Did you have a nighttime? No, we didn't have a nighttime. Okay. Keep forgetting the nighttime because I'm doing it. We do everything else on the board except for the nighttime. The nighttime we do on our ship.
And we are on day 2.
We're on day 2. Mm-hmm. Right. Cabin boy, smart, exact opposites. All right. So, cabin boy gets 3 doubloons. All right. Yours.
Give me a loot token for the day.
Immediately get to take a loot token. All right, and then he comes back. And then because he came back, when we go through dusk, midshipman doesn't activate, and then I don't get to take a loot token with the cabin boy. All right, and then nighttime, no nighttime. All right, on to the next one. I don't like these guys.
No.
All right. Merchant and the barkeep. I go a key. You go a key. All right. Gain. Oh, that's nighttime. It's not nighttime yet. To my daytime, discard either 1, 2, or 3 identical tokens from your ship to gain 1, 4, or 9. Oh, I didn't want to discard this one. Dang it. I messed up my plan.
You don't even have to.
You have to. It's required. I would have played.
Okay.
I was thinking when it said identical that they had to be identical. I would have played him instead, which is in the same spot. I was thinking when it said identical that I had to have one identical, but you can't have one identical because one is identical to itself. So that's fine. No, I don't want to do that either because I that's fine. It messed me up, but I'll go back to that. I don't want to discard all the guys from my ship because then I don't get all these end abilities that I was saving. So I have to discard my barrel. All right. So now we're doing dusk. So I get to take an item. So I'll take the barrel. She comes back. And then the midshipman activates. If this character is directly to the left, the opponent gets to remove a token. This
One of my tokens?
what do you have? Oh yeah, that okay. The map doesn't do any good because there's not 2 maps out, so I'm going to get rid of that. Which means then your Chica comes back with the map.
I thought you were going to take my chest.
No. I take it from the day. All right. So now we do nighttime abilities. I don't have a nighttime. You do have a nighttime.
Gain 1.
But you gain 1. Yep. All right. So now we go to the next day.
Wait, but you said that we were not going to have the same cards.
We kind of are right now because we've kind of played the same cards.
Are these going to move? Can we move them?
Yeah, there's things that'll say increase or decrease your reputation. Mm-hmm. Here. Oh, you're a thief. Okay. Scout. Oops. Thief. Scout. All right. So the scout, discard the scout, immediately choose another character from your hand and place it in the island according to its total, shifting the other characters as needed. All right, so I'm going to switch it out for the thief. All right. So now we go to yours. You take 1 from an adjacent player's ship, and then you lose 2 reputation.
What is this -1 here, though?
If you lost another one, you would lose 1 to blue. All right. So same thing. I take something from another player's ship, and then I actually, hang on. Is that the best bet? No. That's worth it. Yep. And then I lose 2 reputation. We're gonna get a lot of money on the next round. All right, and then we go back this way to choose our fate. I think I want the hook, actually. Yeah, I think I want the hook. So my thief is coming back with a hook. He got in a fight with a crocodile.
Do I choose?
Yep, so you choose 1. Your thief comes back. All right. It's the final day of this voyage. Oh, no. Trying to figure out how to combo. That's the key. Is like knowing when to play a particular character. That's the key. I think that's what I want.
If I discard people, do I discard the chest that they brought? No.
No. No, the discard happens before they would come back usually anyways. All right. So witch and the governor. Witch goes there. There. All right. So you go this way. I don't have a daytime ability. He doesn't. You do. Discard all characters from your ship. So that's 4 characters. There. And then gain 1 reputation for each character discarded this way.
Oh, I cannot gain more reputations.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
Right there. All right, and then we go back this way. So you get to choose.
So I lost reputations.
You're losing doubloons on your turn, but again, if you can gain more reputation, you'll get doubloons that way. So it's kind of a give or take. All right, so you get to choose the -3. I don't think you want to take that. The +1 or the +3. All right. And then I'm to the left. You're my opponent. You get to choose to discard something. You're going to want to discard that. You know why, right?
Because this one.
Because then I'm stuck with the -3. Yep. So witch comes back. Governor comes back. All right. All right, so now we do our end of voyage. So we activate our anchor abilities. So this one, if the witch is the only one in my ship, she comes back to my hand. Whoops, hang on. I can activate them in any order. I don't want to do her yet. Nighttime, I could copy another nighttime on my ship. I skipped the nighttime, but that doesn't matter. So I'm going to activate this one first. 1 for every character on my ship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Technically, there's no reason for me to get the coins. I can just add the 7. 7, and that is 25. All right. If you have 2, 3, or 4, 2, 3, 4, or 5 different, I have 3 different. 3 different gets me 5. So it puts me up to 30. That's not. End of turn relic, I lose 3. So it puts me down to 27. Hook allows me to keep a character or gain 2. I want to keep a character. I like this guy. Oh, I forget to activate her. She comes back to my hand. And then this one gains me 5. So it puts me at 32. 32. And then I have another 10, 13. So it puts me at 45. All right. And I have to discard. I kept him. Everybody else gets discarded.
I don't have hooks.
No
cool.
characters. Okay, so he just gets discarded then because he doesn't have it.
Do I add this?
You can't do anything with 1 map, so the 1 map goes back. The barrel gains you 1, so you can add 1 for the barrel. The 2 amulets give you 6. Add 6 more. And then another 13. Yep, 13. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and fill up all 6 days.
40?
I don't know, wait,
27.
27, yeah, it's 40. All right, fill up our days. I have to find. So this is the final voyage.
Remember, you said before that I am confused just because you're looking for the cards. I thought you said they were going to be the same only for the first round.
They're the same every round. They're different in the fact that we have different cards left in our hand right now. My cards are different than your cards. Like, I know you haven't played the Scout. I played the Scout. I no longer have the Scout. You have the Scout still. You see what I mean? It's different because we currently, minus these six, yeah, are different.
So do I feel day 6?
Yep, day 6. So we run the final round. Round numero 3. So it's a really short game because it's only got 3 rounds. It'd be quicker if we, like, there's stuff that we're doing at the same time, or we're doing separate that we should do at the same time, like the nighttime abilities and the calculation. And we do that for the stream, so that way people could see how we're adding up our scores, right? All right. So there are your cards. There are my cards. Everybody's out there. We updated our score cards. All right, we got our 6 cards, and we get our doubloons. So I get 12 this round. 10, 11, 12. You get 8. Okay, 12. See?
No, you have 41? 48?
45. It's only ahead by 5. Now we got new characters. Now we got to figure out what these new characters do. Oh, that's a rough one. Oh, okay. Wow, there's not a lot of anchor abilities left. All right. Look at that. It may not be the best thing, but we'll see.
I know.
No, I don't like any of these guys. That's the thing. The comboing is hard when you don't have the guys you need to do the combo. Listo? So we both played the recruiter. So I'm first on the reputation. And you're second on the reputation. Play a card from your hand immediately. I'm going to play the governor because I do not want to discard cards because, yes, I get reputation, but my first mate here gives me more for having people in my ship.
I think I am going to have to. Well, I don't know if I will actually need it.
Need that to bring some. Well, yeah, it'd be whether or not there's somebody in your discard pile that you'd want to bring back or not. We don't know the cards well enough to know that, oh, this card would be good later, right?
No, but also so I don't lose 3 points at the end. Because it says discard a relic token from your ship, but this is day 1 and there are 2. So I don't know if I'm gonna get one of those. Maybe.
Well, now we're going into dusk phase. The midshipman activates first. I get to discard a item, but then you get to take an item. So
Yeah.
discard the treasure.
Okay. So it was not bad.
You probably didn't want to play her.
¿Por qué?
Because you won't be able to activate her because you won't be able to play her out here. You're thinking you want to use her ability to get rid of one of those. So keep her in your hand and play somebody else.
But it says that I can place her on my ship.
But you can't activate the daytime ability. They can only activate that on the island.
Here is only the anchor.
That is only the anchor and the nighttime. Yeah, the nighttime and the anchor. So yeah, you don't want to play her. You want to play somebody that has a nighttime, an anchor, or a effect that you don't want to take. Like an effect that you don't want to happen during the day or the dusk. That's who you want to play shit. Like him. Because he would have made me discard everybody. I don't want to discard everybody.
Ay, okay.
No, he goes to your ship. All right. So he gets his nighttime ability. He has no daytime, so he's actually good. All right. So now you get to pick first, which is going to be that. And I get to pick second. That. All right. And we go back out to the island again. So I got the explorer, you did the officer. All right. I have no daytime, your daytime. If you have 12 or more doubloons, which you do not, gain 2 reputation. Otherwise, gain doubloons until you have a total of 12.
You have 8, right?
You have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Now we go back for dusk. If you have a character directly, which there is, so I'm your opponent, you're going to get to pick first. And I don't want you to leave me with that. So now you get a map. I get a map. And when I get a map, if you gain a map token, I gain 2 reputation. All right. All right. What we got up there? It wasn't the best time to use him, but oh well.
I don't know what.
All right, so it goes there. Yeah, that was definitely not a good time to use him.
That's
right.
if you gain
So
a...
no daytime, so nothing happens there. Yeah, it's if you gain a map.
So it's not if you have already
That's
one.
no. So that's not going to help because there's no map on that one. However, because you are my, you're to the left, I'm your opponent. So I get to choose first if you gain a saber or a hook. So I'm going to gain the saber, which then immediately activates discard another player's character from the island. And then if I gain a saber, which I did, I gain 2 reputation. All right. And now we do nighttime. I do have a nighttime ability. Gain 1 for each saber and hook token in your ship. Gain 1 because I have 1 saber in my ship.
Nighttime?
Yes.
Discard the lowest ranking character in your ship.
Which would have been him, because you had him out the time before. He should have been discarded the time before last.
Buddy, I'm just doing night right now.
No, we should have done. He would have been discarded on night for day number 1.
So I cannot.
No, that's fine. Just
him?
discard him. Yeah, you get 2. You still get 2. So give me 3. All right. See. Okay. Good. Oish. I don't remember what you have left. Yeah, I don't remember what your numbers are anymore.
Are we going to do now that day?
Yeah, we're doing day. Yep. All right. All right. So you there. And there. All right. So daytime, discard a
relic token
from your ship. If you do, return a character from your graveyard to your ship.
So we can both do that.
Yeah, so you basically just do that. So yeah, same thing. I discard that. Do I want any of these guys is the question. Because the thing is, if you're going to bring them back, you're going to kind of want to, like, actually use them. Would be the reason you bring them back.
But it could be also an anchor. Or
yeah, I mean, yeah, for end of game. Well, no, I mean, you'd want to play the card in one of the next 2 rounds if you're going to bring somebody back. Or maybe not. You just bring them back and just don't use them.
Yeah.
All right. So now we go into dusk phase. There's a character to the left, which is you. If you have an opponent, or which is me. If you have an opponent, which is you, they get to discard one of the thingalies.
Pages of the motherfuckers.
All right. All right. So it's my turn. So I'm going to take a saber, which means you get discarded. All right, and now we do nighttime abilities. Gain 1 for each saber, so I now have 2 sabers.
So this one was to put it in my ship.
No.
See?
Oh, does it say to bring it into your ship? Oh, from the graveyard to your ship. You are right. So I misread mine. So you probably don't want to bring him back to your ship. You want to bring somebody with an anchor back to your ship. I misread it too. So technically you want to bring... There's no point in bringing him back because you don't get to activate him. You're going to want to bring back one that has an anchor symbol. Except for the one that makes you lose 6 points. Don't bring him back. Don't bring that guy back. He's a bad pirate. He's stealing from you. Captain.
I don't have anything that...
Well, I guess we're admirals. We're not captains. I thought it was back into our hand. That's why I told you wrong. Because I thought it was back into our hand, which means you would be able to play it. It was back into your ship.
So it's in the ship.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's good for you because you got 1 map, so that counts as 2. All right. So here we go again. I think. Yeah. I think that's my best bet. Actually, what am I going to do for my last turn then? Yeah. All right. Boink. All right. So the officer goes a key. Armor goes a key. If you have 12, then gain 2 reputation. I have 15. So I go 1. And then since I can't go another one, I get +1. And then you don't have a daytime. So now we do nighttime. If you gain a saber or hook token, so this is, you're gaining. So you can gain 2 reputation. Reputation, I'll let you know, I don't think reputation actually gives you anything for in-game scoring.
But I'm getting a saber.
Which then discards me. Yep. You basically killed me. That's how I kept killing you with the sabers. That's what the sabers do.
I see. But now, right now?
Yeah, right now. Mm-hmm. All right, so you gain 2 reputation for that. So 1, 2. All right, which means I don't get to get any loot. Your armor comes back. All right, so now we do nighttime abilities. So I gain 2 for my 2 sabers. You gain 1 for your 1 saber. So I'll give you a 5. You give me 4, por favor.
I know, I don't want
There's
to.
no extras. You don't get to keep the change. It's not a tip. All right. Final card, final round. All right. What are we doing?
You know, nothing is good now.
All right, so I did the witch, and then you did the merchant. So daytime, discard either 1, 2, or 3 identical tokens from your ship to gain 1, 4, or 9. So your best bet's discarding the saber.
Yeah, because this one is going to give me
Yeah, it's
double.
going to give you 7. Yeah, so discard the saber, which gains you 1. All right. Now we come back this way. So you get to pick first.
Wait, what is my...
You get to pick, and then you get to
one
discard.
of your map tokens can... Oh, only one. Only one. If I get another map, then this is not going to apply, correct?
No. Yeah, that applies.
No, because it says one of your map
Oh,
tokens.
1. Yeah, so that would put you at 3, which would give you 12. Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to do that because that'll give you 3, which will give you 12. Because this would only get you 2.
The hook will give me 1, yeah. Okay.
All right. Now you get to discard 1 because you're my opponent. And that's what you should do. That's what you're supposed to do. That is correct, though. All right. So now we do nighttime abilities. So this one, I get to gain 1 for each saber. So I get 2.
I get
I'll trade
0
those
because
3
I
in for
gave up my
5.
saber.
And then here, copy the ability of another character in your ship. So I'm going to copy my armor because he's the only one on the ship, which gets me 2. All right. So now we go into our end of voyage. So we activate our anchor abilities. So I gain 1 for each character on my ship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I get 8, which puts me at 53. And then if you have 2, 3, so I have 3 different types of relics. So that gets me 5. Puts me at 58.
I hope I do this right.
Use your map as 2. So I use my map for 2, so that gets me 7, which puts me at 65. He didn't do anything. He didn't. And then witch is my only character, which doesn't matter. She would come back to my hand. Sabers are worth nothing. Map. Already did because I did that. And then this makes me lose 3.
Oh, wait.
62.
I did the first map using my ability of 1 counts
No,
as
you
2.
wanted to do both maps. So 7, 8, 9,
okay.
10, 11, 12. So add 5 more.
Oh,
Add 5. To whatever you had, add 5.
just 5?
5 more.
What?
You got 12 instead of 7. 12 is 5 more than 7.
See, but I mean for this one, so only 1.
No. You do them as a bundle of 3.
So this does not count.
No, because this is better than that. So you had 2 plus his ability made you have 3. So then you
So
get 12.
52.
12 instead of 7, yes.
Okay.
All right. So you activated your anchors, you activated your loot, right? All right, now we count up our doubloons that we have here. So 5, 10, 15, 22.
16.
All right. So the final score is 84 to 68. 84 to 60. This, me getting those anchors and keeping this guy around, this first mate guy was really good. And then having the ability to put him in play without losing him was clutch. Because if I would have put him in, I would have lost him. And he gave me 8 points that round just from him alone. So if I would have had those 8 points, I would have been at 76? Which still is more, but you see the difference, right? Makes a little bit of difference. I think that's what hurt you is when you played the governor, you got rid of the entire crew. So you got no anchor abilities on that turn. Like, he's kind of like the guy you want to play first if you know you want to get this item, right? So that's kind of how it works. All right, guys, so we are going to flip over for our first impressions. All right.
First impressions.
Un poquito de bebida. All right, so the first thing we're going to go over is components. What do you think about the art, the components, all the stuffs?
I like everything.
Like
I
everything?
really do. I like our coins better,
I think
but
our coin's better.
I love this one.
You like the chunky bits.
Yeah,
Yeah, we like the chunky bits.
chunky
Yeah, I like
bits.
all the components. I like
This
the
is
art.
perfect.
Yeah,
I
the
love
little
this.
dials, like that they look like little treasure chests, right? They're actually got little dots on them, so they're all player colored as well. So even that's kind of nice too. Is everything is unique to the player, right? So everything's got the white for my player pieces, purple for Oddities. These are nice big chunky bits too, even though they're just little wood markers. I like the art, and that's why I said that's what actually drew me in. When I saw this game, I knew nothing about the game. The original Libertalia, I don't think you could play at two, or it didn't play well. With this, they added the midshipman for two players, and even for solo, they added an automa because Stonemaier Games loves their automas, right? So that really drew me in was that art. And then when I saw, oh, they're also making it available for two players, I was like, that seems like a really fun game. So the art is really great. I like the animals. I like the nature, the world that this builds. But this is more us, like tidal blades and stuff like that. It's got this nice cartoony artistic feel. A lot of people hate this art.
Really?
That was like a lot of people, they really did not like the art. They said, I'll play my old one all day long. I'll never buy this because I don't like the art. For me, I like this anime cartoon art style. So for me, this is better.
Well. It makes it more
Yeah,
fun.
you don't want to see ugly pirates. You'd rather see a cute bird and a rhino and I don't know what the next. Oh, she's an axolotl. She's got the little thing. She's an axolotl.
I see.
She's an axolotl. So yeah, I like the art, right? So I like the components. Again, the lending finish is nice. Stonemaier always does real good job. If they could come out with a set of coins, and I don't think they have them, but if they could come out with a set of upgrade coins, I would definitely buy those because that is one thing I do like. I like the look of their coins. So their coins have like probably can't see it there, but it's faded, like two colors. It's got a nice little design on them, so the copper. So if they came out with these in metal with that same kind of look, I would definitely buy those. All right. So next are the mechanics. So the mechanics is I don't even know how to describe the mechanics. It's like a priority order system, right? Who gets to go first based on your cards. But then it reverses who gets to go first during the next phase. So it's like hand management, card placement, loot gather. There's lots of mechanics. But what did you think of all of the stuff?
There is a lot. Well, not to do that. There's not a lot to do, but a lot to pay attention to. Like depending on the ability you want to activate, then you have to make sure you choose the correct rank number. Also, like so you place it here or here. Who's going to do or activate first? Also, what are the
what loot you're looking for?
Loot you have. What it gives you at the end. What is left for the other player.
Yeah, and that was one thing is reading cards is very important because we kept playing cards for an ability, and that ability couldn't be used based on maybe the loot that was available or the people that were in our boat already. It was like playing it out turn. I did it with the merchant, I think, and then you did it with something else where you couldn't even take the loot that the character needed to. Oh, it was the map, right? I think it was the explore with the map or something. And there was no map for that day. So yeah, I like the mechanics. I like the planning that you have to do. Now, a lot of people would find that as a bad thing because you do have that AP, right, where you have the analysis paralysis, and you're gonna have to read the cards and figure it out and try to. So it could take some time between turns. Also, not knowing all the cards, you can't quite know that. And I guess also if you're not somebody who can memorize your opponent and what cards they've played. You can't remember. Oh, do they still have a card lower than this? Do they have a card higher than this?
Do that almost.
Neither do I. I just kind of look at the loot, and I'm like, look at my guys. I'm like, what loot do I not want you to get? And then sometimes I guess that's come back as a detriment because like I was able to when the days with the sabers, I was able to knock you out by taking the saber, which comboed with my armor. So like if we were thinking about it, you would have been like, oh, I need to be here or here to prevent that from happening, right? Because those are the two spots, the far left and to the right of the midshipman are the two spots that prevent your opponent from getting rid of things, right? So, but no, I like the mechanics. I think it's fine. I think it's good. It plays well.
like it too.
Next is difficulty. What did you think of the difficulty?
I didn't think it was that difficult. Like
It was
at the
difficult
beginning
for me to explain.
when you're explaining, I was okay.
Like it's one of those games that's kind of hard to explain. It was another
Until
game that was
you
like this.
play. Yes.
Yeah, until you play it.
Yes.
And I think it was very similar where the cards had abilities.
Yes, I don't remember what, but it was
And
not too long ago. Yeah.
It was the hidden role one. It was hidden leaders. It was hard to explain hidden leaders because you can't. It's hard to describe and hard to explain what the cards do and how they impact the gameplay until you're actually doing the gameplay, right?
Yes.
Until you have cards in your ship, until you have loot in your ship, or with hidden leaders, until you see that token moving back and forth, it's hard to explain. But once you get through like a round, once we went through the first 4 days, honestly, I don't even think it took 4 days. I think by the second day you kind of get it,
Yeah.
right? First day's a little clunky. Second day's better. We did keep forgetting to do the nighttime phase. I don't know why, because I guess because we're not getting all the way there to see the moon every time. I forget. I guess if we want to go back to components, that is one downside on the components. There isn't a turn player aid that says do this for day, do this for dusk, do this for night, go to next day. If last day, go to into void. There was no player aid.
It could be here.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could have been the other side of our graveyard. It could even be on the board because the board says before voyage, into voyage, but it doesn't talk about the normal turn structure. But I get it. It's because it's simple.
Yeah.
Once you do it,
not
it's simple, right? And maybe this is the most complex part. So, but yeah, so not too bad. And I think the art would be real good for younger audience as well. It's something you would want to introduce to your kids to have them play. All right.
Yep.
Fun at 2.
I think it was really good at 2.
No, I liked it too. And I think that midshipman is what makes it good at 2, right? Is trying to figure out how to combat your opponent. And do you want to make it discard? Do you not want to make it discard? So it plays a little bit. I think also if you are somebody who wants to know what cards your opponent has played, 2 players is a lot easier to do than 3, 4, 5 players. There's no way you're remembering multiple players, what cards they played, what cards they haven't played. So that strategy of where you're going to end up on the island changes a little bit based on those higher player counts too. Loot, there'd be more loot out there at higher player counts. You basically put 1 loot per player. So I don't think that would change up the game too much. There may be more of that take thatiness when you use a saber to take somebody out, or you have more spaces, so more loot's going to be going away. So I think that's something nice too, is there's, with 2 player, there's 3 pieces of loot. I have a decent chance to get the one I want, as long as that discard with the midshipman doesn't come out.
Right.
With 4 players, 5 players, if you're the last player, you may not get any loot that you technically want.
Yeah.
Say the only thing you left out there is a relic. Well, you're taking the relic, but that's your fault for playing a low number card on a relic day, right? So,
yeah.
But I think it did work very well at 2 players. Last is the theme. What did you think about being a sky pirate, going out and getting loot, taking bounty?
I think everything is
works.
It works.
Now there is a little bit of a story. Did we read the story?
No, we did not.
No, you read the story because my voice isn't going to allow me to read the story, I don't think. No clue what's happening with my voice.
In the world of Galecrest, sky pirates set sail on the winds in search of adventure, treasure, and glory. As an admiral, you command a vast and varied crew, but so do your rivals sailing other ships in the pirate fleet. Each day the fleet lands on a different island where you'll send a crew member to collect your share of the loot, hoping they'll return to boost your growing group of characters. Libertalia was originally released in 2012. 10 years later, we're celebrating the foundations of the original design with a revised and expanded edition that includes all new art for characters per player, a reputation system to resolve
All the
tiebreakers,
delicious stuff.
deluxe, loot tokens, a robust solo mode, and much more.
Yeah. So the reputation was something new, which when you play that one card to get more reputation, I was kind of like, you're not going to get anything for it.
Yeah,
It's the final round.
know.
Yeah. Like for me, I
But
did because I was able
I
to
knew
get
that,
the
but
better.
that was like the only thing I could see that I could do.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like it. I think the theme is nice. It's pleasant. You're a pirate. You're going out. You're getting loot. There's nothing more than that. I mean, you're a pirate. You're getting loot. Even with the saber, you're basically killing the other pirate, right? Because you're making them go to their grave. This is called a graveyard. The discard pile is called the graveyard. So I think that's kind of cool. And it's kind of, the necromancer makes sense, right? A necromancer, I don't know if you're familiar with the necromancer. Necromancer is the magic class in RPG games that can raise the dead. So she's raising somebody from the graveyard back to your ship. So think of Pirates of the Caribbean with all the ghost pirates. She's making lots of ghost pirates. But there we go. That is Libertalia Winds of Galecrest. I was going to say Gales of Windcrest. If you want to pick up the game, of course, we usually have a link down below to Amazon, or you can, of course, go out to Stonemaier, especially if you have the Stonemaier Rewards program. I think you get a little discount there. If you want to see more gameplay, what do they need to do?
Subscribe. Activate notifications, and
all that YouTube stuff. And until next time, guys.
adios.
Peace.